Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for Dexter Resurrection. This one's going to be doing another discussion video after the insane news that came out yesterday. Yeah, I think we're all still recovering from it. We got the news yesterday that Dexter Original Sin is canceled after being renewed for Season 2, which is one of the most scummy things I think I've heard of in a good while. Renewing a TV show and then canceling it out of the blue like that. I mean, that is insane, man. Honestly, that is nuts. But we're moving forward. Obviously, Dexter is obviously a massive, massive success with Resurrection. So as long as the success continues with that, we should be good. I heard some people kind of saying like, oh, what does this mean for Resurrection? I think Resurrection's going to be fine. You know, people like the show. People love the show, actually, and myself included. So obviously, I mean, you know, I don't think Resurrection's going to be getting taken down. The ratings are really high up there. People are even running around saying that this season of Resurrection is better than Dexter Season 4, you know, which is considered the best season of Dexter of all time. I personally think people are nuts.
Well, whoever buys that's a fucking idiot.
I don't think it's up to Season 4 par at all, but some people do. So, I mean, if it's any indication, I think we're good with Resurrection Season 2. I think we're good with probably even Season 3 at this point, you know? At least a few seasons of Resurrection, for sure. I don't know how many they'll do, but I'm definitely thinking they'll do a few, you know? And then that'll be the definitive ending of Dexter, hopefully. Hopefully they don't drag out the franchise, you know what I'm saying? Because I do worry about that as well. I do worry that they're going to try to drag out Resurrection until it's just pointless, you know what I mean? So I do hope that they have a plan, you know what I mean? They line it up for a few seasons. They really go for it, you know what I mean? And then this is the definitive ending of Dexter. I think they should do that. I think that's a good idea to do that. You don't want your show to go on too long, but we are having a little bit of news now for Season 2, which is very exciting. Dexter Resurrection Season 2 is already in writing. Y'all, it is already getting written right now, which obviously can only mean one thing. We're going to be back with Season 2 without them even gonna... They basically announced Season 2 today without announcing it. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard, and this is the word on the street, little birdie has told me this one as well, that apparently the reason for the cancellation of Dexter Original Sin is due to the success of Dexter Resurrection. They want to focus on Dexter Resurrection and drop Original Sin.
Hey! Fuck off!
Honestly, I love Dexter Resurrection. I think it's a phenomenal show, and obviously, if I had to pick between Original Sin and Resurrection, yeah, Resurrection. I think we would all pick Resurrection, you know, Michael C. Hall Dexter. I mean, that's the best Dexter we're going to get. And it's been fire, so obviously that's another reason why. But I will say, I think people are a little bit too hateful on this Original Sin stuff too, though. I think Original Sin should have gotten a second season to let the stories wrap up. Like Bobby, like Tanya, like, you know, the Brian Moser stuff that they were setting up at the end of Season 1, like the rest of Harry's storyline, you know what I mean? I think there were definitely things they needed to do to wrap up Original Sin. I think they should have let them do the second season like they told them they were going to do. And, you know, people may say, well, Dan, they're focusing on Resurrection. Like, you know, it would probably be a few years before we see the second season of Original Sin. That's fine. Make it the final season. Focus on it when you focus on it. It's not a rush right now. It really isn't. I think they should have done a Season 2. And I'm going to stay on that statement. I disagree with people that say, oh, good, Original Sin is over. Good, that show was such trash anyway. I'm like, what show were you watching? I love that show. It was great. Original Sin was fantastic. It was a great backstory for Dexter. I'll never understand the hate that show gets. It's insane. I literally did the video yesterday and I had people saying, oh, honestly, this is a good thing. I'm like, how is this a good thing? Like, yeah, maybe it'd be a good thing for Resurrection, but they just canceled the show with a bunch of actors that don't know what the hell they're doing now. You know what I mean? You can tell they're just as blindsided as us. You know what I'm saying? So no, I disagree with that. I think they should have done a second season of Original Sin, and that would have been the final season. Because, to be honest, I always say this, Dexter Original Sin, and I mentioned it in videos before, they shouldn't have gone past 2 seasons. No, I think 2 seasons is good enough for a show like this one, definitely. But there were things up in the air, like Bobby, like Tanya, like the Brian Moser stuff, like the Harry stuff that they set up in that series that is never going to get an answer. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've heard rumors that they were going to have Dokes in Season 2. I'm like, the first meeting between Dokes and Dexter?
You want to know why? You want to know why?
that would have been awesome. That would have been freaking incredible. Like, I really think they should have done a season 2. And apparently, from what I've heard, C.S. Lee is doing a petition right now to save Dexter Original Sin, to bring it back for season 2. So, I mean, definitely make sure to go on his Instagram and vote for that, because that's an important thing, you know what I'm saying? I mean, who knows if we'll be able to get it? Probably not, but it's definitely worth a shot. It 100% is. So, yeah, it's definitely a sad time for that show. It really is, because I love Dexter Resurrection. I'm glad that we're pushing forward with season 2. I'm glad that they're writing season 2. That's very exciting. I'm sure we'll get that next year, but I think they really needed to do one more season of Original Sin. I'm not asking for multiple seasons. You shouldn't. You shouldn't drag it out for multiple seasons. But you also should have done one more season to cap off the little things here and there that weren't capped off, you know? Because there were things that were cliffhangered in season 1. There definitely were. And now, unfortunately, I don't know what they're going to do. You know what I mean? Are they going to, give us Bobby and Tanya in the current timeline and Resurrection? I mean, I guess you could. I mean, they'd probably be old as hell by now, but I guess you could do that. I don't know. It kind of makes you wonder, like, will we get any resolutions on Resurrection now, as of, obviously some of the character journeys, some of the unanswered things? Will they show flashbacks? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We'll have to see. But in terms of my kind of opinions on it, that's kind of where I stand on it. I'm happy for Resurrection. I've been really enjoying Resurrection, and I'm sure I'll continue to enjoy it. However, I do also hope the Dexter franchise, like the Arthur Mitchell show that they've been talking about or other things, doesn't get pushed aside just because Resurrection's amazing. I think they had opportunities with these other shows, and I would hate to see that go to waste, and it looks like it kind of is. So as much as I love Resurrection, don't get me wrong, and I think it's an incredible series so far, I also don't think that they should just abruptly end a show when it's been renewed. I don't think that should have happened. I think they should have ended it with season 2. I think they should have maybe done even less episodes if you want to, but you should have at least concluded Dexter Original Sin. You should have. And unfortunately, the show is ended in a kind of open-ended, kind of a cliffhanger scene way, right? And that's kind of unfortunate. So it is what it is, but I gotta tell you, it definitely left me a little salty. It definitely did. All we can hope now is that Resurrection keeps bringing the heat, because that show has definitely been bringing it. I mean, I gave a 10 out of 10 to the newest episode, so I'm just hoping they know what they're doing. I hope that Resurrection doesn't go on too long to where it becomes stale. I hope that they do a good job with it and tell the story for enough amount of seasons, but not too many seasons to where it feels milked either. You get what I'm saying? Do a few seasons, tell the story you want to tell, but also don't milk Resurrection just because people are saying it's as good as season 4. You get what I'm saying? So there's a limit to this, you know what I mean? Even though I love Resurrection, I also don't want to see it get milked. Meanwhile, these other spin-off shows that had potential get canceled. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm at with this whole situation. But anyway, I am happy to hear Resurrection Season 2 is happening, in terms of the writing at least. Hopefully Paramount doesn't cancel them as well. Very doubtful, though, given the ratings. I think we're fine. But again, we'll have to see. Paramount's a nasty one, I'll tell you. They really are. So, anyway, if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe and tune in to any of the videos for Dexter. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Dexter. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist. Beat world gone mad, TV junkies did a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a straight fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.